So they'll be calling you a radical. Let's stay on this. I didn't even know that the head of the IAEA was on 60 Minutes last night, till now. You know, what's the odds that comes on 2011? It's 2011 in Europe. So stay with me. It took 60 Minutes, 2,888 days to tell you what Kevin Blanch told you. You people that are new to this, it was 60 Minutes who finally admitted that Fukushima is in full blown out meltdowns many years after the disaster when Kevin Blanch told you. It took 60 Minutes, 2,888 days, what Kevin Blanch told you in the first hour. So Lake Barrett, who I know personally, who lied, he lied, they all lied. Leslie Stahl on 60 Minutes. And again, it was 6-7 years after the the disaster happened. Well, where are these cores? You can't find them. He pointed right over there. See those holes over there? Yeah. They're melting down. As I named Delmar Argentina syndrome on day one. They're in the Pacific Ocean. Well, going to fixing this is kind of like going to the moon. Lake Barrett to Leslie Stahl. Way bigger than that. This has never happened before. The greatest ecological catastrophe, multiple nuclear core meltdowns. It didn't happen at Mayak, didn't happen. Chernobyl was one graphite reactor that blew up, and 780,000 men entombed it. Okay, I mean, talk about sacrifice, the old Soviet Union. So, what's the odds of the nuclear waste building being hit? Reported by Reuters yesterday, on the same day that gross. Now, stay with me. I do a tremendous amount of work at the IAEA, and I have for years and years and years, protesting. So I got the Blanche box. You know, they all know me. Everybody there knows me personally. The former head of the IAEA, I talked to him personally, me and Sandra. If you're really going to go to Fukushima? Yeah. I'm on them. You'll get cancer. You go there. You know, this is why I was fighting cancer. So I'm in Vienna. He goes. I'm in Vienna again. I was just, by coincidence, I guess. I'm there when out of nowhere reports come that Amano has died. Out of nowhere. He's dropped dead. I'm like, well, it's got to be cancer. Oh, no, you're jumping to conclusions. When the lead attorney for the IAEA comes right out, God, you make such a stir. Quickly, Kevin, please just we're going to review you today. Give me your top 10 grievances. I mean, think about that. I'm the guy that settled where UN, IAEA, and Austria property starts and begins. The Blanche box. I mean, you don't think that was a fight? Detained inside there for nothing? I rattled off my 10 grievances so fast, make your head. He's like, whoa, first one, number 1, Fukushima. You know, right down the line. So everybody's like, no, you're jumping to conclusions. He didn't die cancer, and they hit it. Lo and behold, it took a long time for it to be reported. Oh, he died of cancer. Now remember this. The Fukushima 50, oh, really? The mother of the head of Fukushima 50, I used to get thousands of emails from Japan, literally hundreds a day before the State Secrets Act. She emailed me. I have a translator. My son's head of the Fukushima 50, he's going to die within the next 2 weeks. He's full of cancer. He died. That was in 2013. Oh, just another coincidence, bro. The Pope. What if God was one? So the Catholic Church inside Japan started going around and monitoring urns that were in temples, Buddhist temples all over, and started documenting there are thousands of them. And it says on the back, name unknown, origin unknown, Fukushima worker. The Pope went over there and made a statement. Yet the United States media. Now, you think this is irony? That no one in the media. Now, stay with me. So 60 Minutes. So, sure as shit, it comes out. He died of cancer. I was in Vienna when Gross was elected. I politicked against him. I was there. I've met him several times. I've talked to him. He knows me personally. So, again, it took 60 Minutes, 2008. Look it up. It's tagged, and they always hide the tag, but the tag says Robots of Fukushima. And inside that, Blake Barrett, who's the cover-up kingpin of 3 Mile Island, there's a, you know that I have a homemade giant sunflower that stands in my yard. Mark is Blake Barrett's maintenance man. He watches my YouTube videos. So one day he's boarding up for a hurricane. Lake lives in Florida. So he says, Lake, you know, I watched Kevin Blanch's videos. I got to know him. And Kevin Blanch says that these are full-blown out nuclear meltdowns. And you, Busby, Keldicott, Gundershill, all of them, you just lied. And that these are full-blown out meltdowns. And he said, well, Kevin Blanch is right. They are full-blown out meltdowns. And he says it's never happened before. He calls it Fuktonium. Well, Kevin Blanch is right. Well, that's not what you said on TV. So Mark called me. Put it on three-way. Blake Barrett's standing right there. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Lake. And he repeats it. He says, well, Kevin Blanch says these are full-blown out meltdowns. Well, Kevin Blanch is right. Well, that's not what you said on TV, Lake. We had to tell them something. That's it. I'll testify. So you can look it up. It's called The Robots of Fukushima. I think it came out about day 2888. I remember when it came out, I was so relieved because I'd been under so much heat for calling these full-blown out, and which I named Fukushima because it never happened at Chernobyl. That was a graphite reactor that was entombed. A nasty, brutal disaster. Didn't happen at Mayak. Oh, boy. Didn't happen at, Santa Susana in Los Angeles. Didn't happen at Idaho National Lab. And then you have Obama, the cover-up kingpin, and then Trump gets in and gets in bed with Abiy and doubles down. Now, remember, Abiy was not the prime minister. NATO Khan was. And the United States, which is the 51st island, Barack Obama, when he went over there and ate his fake sushi, says, these treaties were signed long before I was born. The only thing he ever said, remember he stood on the White House lawn on St. Patrick's Day 2011, he talked about Fukushima. The plume is coming over. The experts tell it is not radioactive, is not dangerous. At the same time, I'm the guy that leaked out all those emails of Hillary's and clan. Don't go outside. Wash your clothes. Take a shower. And the rest of them got under the court case. Vice sued, got them, the rest of them, and Patriodoc. They're all from April 4th clear into May. They're all retracted. And then the State Secrets Act. It's not a coincidence no one says the F word. Not one politician, and I look it up. The only person on earth that has multiple politicians to their face, including Trump. I asked Trump to his face about Fukushima twice. First time he told me that, so long before he ran, that if you get in a car wreck, you don't stop driving. I says, it does if it kills you. Second time on Fox News when he's running here in Utah, I'm like, you going to talk about Fukushima? And he told me yes. He lied. Obama said that on 2011, 2017. Never said it again until right before the election in 2016 when he was on Jimmy Kimmel. And he talked about the phone ring in the middle of the night. And he says, well, it happens once in a while on the phone ring, kind of like when the Fukushima disaster happened. And Jimmy Kimmel's like, what's Fukushima? And he says, the typhoon. Now think about this. I know what happened inside the Situation Room to a T. Rahm Emanuel, John Hogan, Gina McCarthy, the whole cover-up team. So NATO Khan was forced out. Abiy was propped up, the pro-nuclear. Now we know what happened to him. Holy shit. So when the Prime Minister of Japan, X1, comes up to me in Del Mar, California, when I'm fighting San Onofre and getting that thing when I'm full of cancer, it's going to give you cancer. I got cancer. And went to the bone marrow hunt, 11-11-11. Whoo. And nods to me with tears in his eyes and tells me, thank you, Kevin Blanch, for all your story. If you don't believe me, go ask Kathy Iwani, go ask Rachel Godoy, who were trapped in there. I had a radio show inside Tokyo. I was everywhere and everything in those days till they kettled me. So 60 Minutes. What's the odds of him being on there last night? And it's being reported by Reuters that one of the spent fuel buildings is been hit. So, which is being reported. I mean, We have it. We have it backed up. The Reuters report. So, sugar wars, textile wars. You know, in Europe, they don't call it the Civil War. Here in the United States, they call it the Textile War. Sugar wars, molasses wars, textile wars, cocaine cowboys. I own the domain, plutonium wars. I've been in Ukraine lots of times. Many, many, many times. Been at those reactors. I'm the guy that named that reactor the Big Z. I started screaming before. I've been screaming about that reactor for decades. As soon as they went in, I'm the first guy that was going crazy about all this. To the second, at the What a School Business, which I reported it to the second when they were inside that reactor. To the second. I've been all over this for every detail. Why do you think they kettle me? Headline story, USA Today. Right after. Within days of the invasion in February. They broke the Fukushima moratorium. No media will even use the word. The only person who's asked, politician, I asked Mitt Romney, I asked Mike Lee, I asked them all. I mean, you can go right down the line. Look them up. They're online. I post them online. No one used the F word. They won't say Fukushima. Levin said it in District 49 because he read it off my shirt. I tricked his ass. Headline story, USA Today, February 2022. Talking about the invasion of the Big Z. This could become Fukushima-style disaster. They all act like they don't know. Again, it took 60 minutes. $2,888 to tell you what Kevin Blanch told you in 1 hour on March 11th, 2011. These are full-blown out disasters. They're gonna, not to mention the tide pool work, and you're going to chalk everything to coincidence. So, what's the irony of him being on? In Europe, they say the day first, 2011. What? God, what a year that was, huh? I went to the bone marrow transplant that year on 11/11/11. 3 of them, Fukushima. Because nothing else matters. Stay in tune.